Tell him what you really call me.
Antoine, can we get through this video? What is wrong with my husband today? Lord help us. I know what's wrong with you, but I know what's right. I know what's wrong with you. Cut it out. Listen, you guys.
Why I gotta cut it out?
Because
I'm married.
Hey guys. What's going on? You so loud? Okay, because he usually be the one that ain't talking loud enough, but
I'm just being loud because it's something I gotta do after this.
Anyway, you guys, y'all already know. Let's get back into it. You
like a snack.
Y'all.
You know how you got your favorite snack right next to your bed?
Y'all.
That's what you look right now.
Y'all.
Baby.
Let's get into it. Are you
That's
ready?
how they be saying it, baby.
Are you ready?
All right, we back with another one. About to spill a little tea with a banger and all this other stuff.
Y'all already know. Welcome back to Sit Downs with the Henrys. Yes.
I'm Antwan.
And I'm Samvia.
Just in case y'all ain't know us.
Yeah, and we are the Henrys.
In the hizzy.
I know y'all know that. But anyway, y'all, we are getting into this video. I know you saw that already, the title of this video. And
wait, did they get their popcorn and stuff?
Get your popcorn because it's going to be a little we're going to go ahead and go into deep. We're going to go ahead and spill this tea because it's a little story behind how we came up with the baby names. Okay.
How we came up with these baby names.
It's history.
It's
history with the baby names. Why does our girls come on, Antoine, y'all? Why does our girls have L names and why does the boys have A names? Now I think the boys' names is pretty obvious. Why we got A is because dad name is Antoine and
Antoine.
Right, and we had an
what's my name?
Daddy Antoine.
Okay, that's from.
Y'all, and then we had Antoine Jr. and then we was like, okay, boys will have Austin. So right. Let's get into it because my husband was like, I don't tell him what you said before we started the video.
What? Oh, I don't even know why we got L names for girls. I think I got an idea, but I'm not sure.
Okay, so he doesn't even know. My dearest husband, he just be going with the flow.
Man, it ain't nothing.
He just be going with the flow.
Shout out to the husbands out there that just be going with the flow. If it ain't hectic, we don't need to step in.
Right? He just be like, "All right, Sam." And I be telling him something. I'm like, "Please don't go along with my ideas. If you have something different, please And he would just be like, no problem. I love that about you though.
Yeah.
He's very much, you guys can see it. He's so laid back.
Yeah, I stay laid.
And I do appreciate that about you. I really do.
Stop touching me like that.
Oh my Lord. Help us, Lord. Okay. So there is some okay. So.
Are you ticklish?
I am not ticklish.
Because you keep smiling.
I'm smiling because there's some history behind it.
Tell me.
So, when I was growing up, you guys, my name is Samvia. So in case you guys don't know the history behind my name, I get that a lot. People are like, oh my God, what is your name? Where's your name from? Is that American name? And I'm like, yes, it is. So my name, Samvia, is literally a combination name. I know.
It's a compound word.
It's it's not.
Yes, it is.
Sam and Via can't stand all alone. Sam can, Via can't. I guess it can be if you Via a phone call.
There's a couple of nicknames out there named Via.
Nicknames, but Via is not a whole name.
Some people. I bet there's somebody out there named Via.
Thank you, Antoine. Samvia is a combination name, okay? Almost like John Nisha, you know what I mean? It was John and then Nisha and they got together, right? So my parents wanted to be creative 34 years ago, but I have to tell you, my mother wanted this name since she got with my father. She wanted to name her baby Samvia.
Mm-hmm.
And my father just wasn't having it. My father was very much in his pro-black. He's like, nah, we're gonna do African names.
Yeah.
So he named my first sister. I'm not gonna tell y'all her name, but he named my first sister and it was an African name, right? First name, middle name. Then he got to the second one. He was like, get her African names. By the time he got with my mother, for the third one, he was like, whatever, just name this baby. And so that's where I got the name Samvia. Okay. So my father's name was Samuel. Okay, Samuel. And my mother's name is Sylvia.
Okay.
So she took Sam and she took the ending of her name and made it Samvia. So she took Via and Sam and made Samvia.
That's what I'm talking about.
When I tell you to
Creative.
this day, my mother does not know how to pronounce my name. It's so funny because I be like, Ma, how you pronounce my name? People get that. People like, is it Samvia or Samvia? And I'm like,
I'm a little
there's
confused.
a difference.
Say it one more time.
Hey, please hear it out. Like, I'm gonna say it for y'all, right?
Say it one more time.
Samvia or Samvia.
So say if I'm just talking real fast. Samvia or Samvia.
No, it's different though, do y'all hear the difference?
I can hear the difference. I can hear like you'll say this one of them fast and one of them slow.
That's not the difference because people pronounce it as two separate names. Samvia. Is it Samvia or is it Samvia? Meaning that it flows like Teresa or is it Teresa? It's not Teresa. It's
I see what you're saying.
Teresa. It's not Antoine. Well, it is because you kind of have a compound name because it's Ant and then Twan, which I absolutely can't stand that. Like I've never nicknamed my husband and called him Twan. I do not like that. I don't like it. I never liked that Twan stuff. And I never call him Ant. His nickname has always been A. Like if it's not Antoine, and I very rarely
Tell him what
ever.
You call me. Tell him what you really call me.
Antoine, can we get through this video? What is wrong with my husband today? Lord help us. Jesus. I know what's wrong with you, but I know what's right. I know what's wrong with you. Cut it out. Listen, you guys.
Why I gotta cut it out?
Because
I'm married.
So that's where Samvia. So let me know if y'all understand the difference in the names. It's not, I wouldn't say it's Samvia, like Samvia.
I think that's how people say when they got an attitude with you.
Or no,
Samvia.
No, they say Samvia because they really don't know how to pronounce the name. I used to get Samvia, Samgria.
It ain't no G or J.
Samvia. Like I get the craziest stuff, and I'm just like, it's exactly how it looks. Samvia.
Yeah.
It's Samvia. And so my mother, I said, Ma, what is it? And she says Samvia. And I'm like, well, I thought and she doesn't know. She keeps going back and forth. She said, it's Samvia, Samvia, Samvia. So is it Samvia or Samvia?
How you want it to be pronounced? That's all that matters.
How do I want it to read? Welcome back, guys, to Sisters Chats with Samvia.
Good, so right there.
That's how I say it, Samvia. So that's typically how I be saying it.
You better check out my wife's channel, Sisters Chats with Samvia.
Amen. If you guys haven't already subscribed, because all of the
they should let me do the
episodes
commercial.
Will be over there. So make sure you guys go ahead and go subscribe to that channel. I'll make sure I put that in the comments.
Can I do the commercial?
Absolutely.
All right. Let me get this shirt. Sister Chats with Sister Samvia.
With Sister Samvia. No, it's just Sisters Chats with Samvia.
Oh, all right.
Not Sister Samvia.
I'm going to do Sister Samvia. Because people say Sister Samvia in the comments.
I've never heard y'all say Sister Samvia.
I seen somebody say sister.
Really? They call me sis?
Yeah, so sis. Oh, sis Samvia.
You guys, that's how we got. So it took me a long time growing up to love my name. I got teased by my sisters about my name. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I just did not love my name. But I love the fact that I had my dad's part of the name, right? So people would call me like Sam. They were like, "It's okay if I can call you Sam." And I'm like, "Nah, that's what they call my father." Like, and that's a boy's name. So about the time I became an adult, like an early adult, I liked it. You know what I mean? I used to work a lot, and they were like, "Oh, just call me Sam." And that's what they called me. And people used to be like, "Is it short for Samantha?" And I'm like, "No, it's not Samantha. It's Samvia." But when I was pregnant with Lisa, I was 16, and I was just like, I do not want to give my children a difficult name that one, people can't pronounce, and two, that just screams out like they're black.
Okay.
I just didn't want that. So I remember like praying. I was like, I don't know what to name this baby. And so I was thinking, and I just didn't know. And one late night I was watching a movie, and it was like Red Eye was the movie with the dad and the daughter, and the mom had died or whatever. And then it was about a flight being taken over by terrorists or whatever. It was Red Eye. When I tell you that the daughter's name was Lisa, and I promise you the name just spoke to me.
I'm locked in right now because I just like how you tell stories.
Thank you, baby. I get that a lot. Like I do. People do say that.
You got my full. I want to be like this, laying on the floor, but.
Aw. Antoine, stop being funny. Are you being funny? Or are you
No,
serious?
I'm dead serious. You seem.
Thank you, baby.
Ask the people.
Thank you. Do I tell stories good, y'all? Let me know. Thank you. Thank you for the confirmation, you guys. But when I tell you, I was like, boom, I felt like, and I have an Aunt Lisa. And so, like, when I came up with the name, I didn't tell anybody until it was time for me to give birth because I didn't want people to think that I named my child after somebody. And I will say, like, my sister, one of my sister's names is close to Lisa. And so I just didn't want people to think that I named my child after anybody because I didn't. It was just a name that spoke to me. And the name Lisa appeared, right? And then her middle name, right? Lisa's middle name is Morgan. Okay. And so I saw another movie. It was like with Taraji P. Henson years ago. Of course, it was like 17 years ago. And her name was Morgan. And I was like, oh, I like that. So I put Lisa Morgan.
Right.
And that's where that came from. So Lisa Morgan. And so then I got pregnant again. I met you at that point and we was like Antoine. And he was like, I want a junior. And I typically didn't want a junior. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't love the name Antoine back then. So I was just like, I don't want my son's name to be Antoine.
How you like it now?
I love it now.
You love it now? I'm just asking questions.
No, I really do love it.
But how you acting is like I'm trying to do something, but I'm just saying.
Being funny. I feel like you're laughing and you're being funny.
I'm supposed to be funny. It could be boring. I could be one of them like husbands that be like
a stiff back.
Don't even know
they call those husbands stiff backs.
Don't even know how to laugh. Oh.
Thank you, baby, for not being a stiff back.
I don't like that word.
I
don't like stiff back like that. Say
sorry.
Like, square or something. Like,
square, like, you know what I mean? Some husbands are squares, and that's just their personality. Some people thought you were a square.
They did?
Yeah, like they thought you were a stiff back. They were like, he's always tired. Like he always he doesn't smile a lot.
I got Lisa, Antwan, Leah. I'm not supposed to be tired. I got a lot of kids.
Right, but I
got a wife.
You can be tired. I think that's fine. But I think that
my face is droopy.
His face is droopy. So I have to tell you guys that too. We have to talk about that because I gave him a nickname, you guys, really quick. Just pause. Do you know that immediately on our first date when we met each other and I saw him and we started talking and I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, you look like one of the 7 doves. What is it called? Dwarfs.
Dog, dove.
I said that to this man.
The first day,
within the first hour, and I was like, "Oh my God, your eyes! You almost look like sleepy." And then, like, he's just like looking at me, we like trying to talk, and I didn't even know if I was offending you. I'm so sorry if I was. Yeah. But I said to him, I was like, "Oh my God, you know what I'm gonna call you? I'm gonna call you Droopy." I was like, "You just got like a droopy look to you." Do you know for the last 14 years that is my husband's
17
nickname?
years. 17 years.
It's not 17, it's 14 years. We've been together 14 years.
Yeah, I get it, but it just seemed like it's 17.
It just seems like it's been longer than 14.
Right.
That is, my entire family calls him Droopy.
Droop.
And so when Lisa met him, I didn't want Lisa to call him daddy because Lisa had a father. Like, you know what I mean? And I was very like particular. Like I was like, you don't have to be my daughter's father. Like, and so when I introduced Lisa to Antoine, to Droopy, I was about to say, because that's what we call him. We don't ever call him Antoine. I was like, this is Droopy. And so that's what she calls him to this day, 14 years later, Droopy. So you guys, I am honored to introduce to you Droopy.
I'm gonna let y'all know right now.
Do not call him Droopy.
I say be in the streets. No, Droop.
Everybody in my family, my father, my mother, my sisters, my cousins, my aunts, everybody calls him Droopy.
I told somebody the story.
Did you? Why did you tell somebody the story?
But he was Jamaican. And every time he seen me, he was like, "Did you droop?"
Oh my Lord! Why did you tell him though?
Because it was funny. It was
Droopy. I named him Droopy, and from the moment that I met him, I called him Droopy. I would never call him Antoine. I was like, "Hey, Drew." hey Droop, and that was just like my
That was
nickname
my
for
name.
him.
Everybody.
Droop. Everybody, my church family, everybody knew his name as Droopy, and I think like it was a couple people was like, I'm not calling that grown man Droopy. I'm gonna call him Antwan, but the majority of everyone that I knew called my husband Droopy. So for you guys to be like, he looks so tight, that's his look. Like,
Yeah.
have you not seen Big Mama? Big Mama has those eyes. His uncles, they have those eyes. Like, what do you want me to do? That's his look. My children
But
have those eyes.
The thing about it is that my grandmother on my mother's side has it too.
Really?
Mhm.
That is so you was destined to have them droopy eyes,
Big
baby.
cheeks.
Big cheeks, droopy eyes. But listen, you are absolutely drop dead handsome to me.
You better
like,
stop talking to me like that. Tell you right now.
I'm sorry.
Word to the people.
I'm sorry. Let's do this. So how did we get to these names? Okay.
Stop touching me.
Oh my Lord. So we had an Antwan. So I was like, we had to do Junior. So I was madly like obsessed with Sex in the City. I know those are, I'm saved and sanctified now, but no, I was not back then.
You gotta watch what you're saying.
What?
I was madly obsessed with
Sex in the City. Y'all remember the show, the TV show, Sex in the series?
But how you said it.
Oh, it sounds like
yeah.
No, I wasn't in love with Sex in the City. It was a series like with Miranda. You're talking about Miranda. What is the other one called? Carrie. We're talking about Samantha, and we're talking about Charlotte.
I was about to say
yes, my favorite character. I know I don't watch it anymore, but I used to. Okay.
I used to watch it too though.
We used to, because I used to learn a lot. I liked it a lot. I used to be a Carrie fan, but then I wasn't. But then I love Samantha. But then Samantha was just so real to me. I love Samantha. I think that Carrie hated on Samantha like secretly. Miranda was cool, but sometimes she was just like a pessimistic. And then I love Charlotte. Like Charlotte, like if I could like have anyone's life, and I know like y'all, it would be Charlotte. I felt like Charlotte was like she lived that life. She learned so much. She always like I can go on. That's like a girl's day. Like
yeah, do that with your sister.
I definitely love Sex in the City. But anyway,
do that with your sister.
Aiden. Remember when Carrie met Aiden and she was engaged to Aiden? I love the name Aiden, and I was pregnant, so I was like, we're gonna do Antoine Aiden. First, I was trying to name this baby Antoine Aiden, and he was like, "You're not."
He wasn't supposed to have no middle name. And she messed that whole package up. He wasn't
supposed, but his middle name, my husband's middle name is Kevin.
It comes from my dad.
It comes from his dad. So the way that Big Mama did it is that all of her sons, she has 3 sons, they all have their father's name as their middle name.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, okay. So she didn't do any juniors. So I kind of was like trying to follow suit a little bit. So Antoine was like, no, I want a junior. So we named him Antoine Aiden Henry Jr. And it was so funny because the vital statistics office, they was not going to name my son a junior because they was like, he's not a true junior because he has a different middle name.
Right.
So anyway, but he is a junior because they wind up doing it anyway.
Right.
He has the junior suffix and whatever. Okay, moving on. So from there, we had 2 kids. One was Lisa Morgan, one was Antoine Aiden. And I just knew from that moment forward that I don't want my kids to have a bunch of different names. Like me and my sisters and we have a bunch of different names. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted them to have some kind of unity and kind of cohesiveness.
I got a question.
Yes.
So with all the L names, right? Mm-hmm. Did you ever think about me? I can't even get the name straight. Livy, Leah.
Do you know, I didn't even think about myself. Half the time, I don't even know who I'm talking to.
Did you think about us?
I didn't think about it. I just thought about like the actual name. I want them to have a nice name that they're going to love. That's easy to say. I didn't want it to be so hard for them to have to spell out. So if you guys notice, like no one has more than 6 letters in their name, and that's Leila. Leila has the most letters in their name.
Mm-hmm. Everyone I think they're all beautiful. It's just that when we got to call her, Livy, Leah.
It's like, la, 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 la. You know who I'm talking about. So that's where we got the names from. And then Leah came. I was pregnant again with Leah. And I knew a girl at the time. Her name was Leah. So that's where I got Leah from. And then I just was thinking of a middle name that started with the M. And I came up with Michelle. So her name is Leah Michelle. And then Livy came. And then I was obsessed with Scandal. Like for all of my Scandal people, I'm just going to need y'all to Just make some noise in the
There's some
comments,
people. There's some
okay?
people that like Scandal was alright.
Scandal was so good. Oh my goodness, Scandal was so good.
Put your favorite TV show in the comments.
Right.
We got a couple.
And I have to tell you that I'm not a TV person. I don't like to be consumed. I shared this before. I don't really like TV. But baby, if I find the show, let me finish my sentence. And once I find the show, oh honey,
it's over.
Oh honey,
we watched Snowfall in 2 days.
Oh my gosh, Scandal was like one of the best. And so her name was Olivia, but they called her mother called her Livy, right? Or they called her Liv. And I knew that I couldn't do Olivia, right? Because of the color purple, I was stained once they was like, that baby name is Olivia because she like Olivia. She looks old. Yeah, I didn't like that. So I named my baby Livy. And I got so much stuff from people. They was like, her name is a nickname. Why would you name her Livy? And I was just like, I don't care. They was like, name her Livy. And I was like, nope, it will change up the format. Nope. So I just named her just Livy. And her middle name is Moore. Livy Moore. I just wanted I wanted her to know live more. You know what I mean? I want you to be courageous. I want you to be empowered. I want you to be inspired to live in your purpose.
And she every bit of that.
She is every bit of that. Okay.
And more.
And more. Okay. So that is my Livy Moore. And then we had Austin. So we were looking up A names, and then Austin came. Cool. Austin came. So, of course, Austin is Austin Antwan.
Henry.
Austin Antwan Henry. Okay. So all of the boys will continue to follow that pattern. They'll have an A name, dad's middle name, and then the rest, you know. And then we came up with Leila. Oh, I just love Leila. The girls all love Leila. Like all of my daughters, they were like, the older girls are like, Ma, Leila got the best name. And I'm like, stop it.
And she the life of the party.
Leila is definitely the life of the party everywhere she goes. Right. So Leila's name is Leila Monet.
And where you get Monet from?
I got Monet from what is the thing? Power. From Power. Okay. Mary J her name was Monet. Loved it. Okay. Loved it. So Leila Monet. Okay. Look, I'm already messing up, you guys.
Leah.
Then we came up with Leah. So I would kind of talk to, and they all do have spiritual meanings that we did look up at that time and stuff like that. But then we came up with Leah. Mm-hmm. And because sometimes I would try to call Leila's name and I would just say Leah. And I was like, oh, I like that. And so then
what was the name of the grandma? What was
No, that was Lola.
Okay, Lola.
That was Lola, baby. So Leah, we came up with Leah's name. We knew it right away. It was going to be Leah Monique. But if I had to change it, you guys, right? And because some coaches, they actually wait to kind of get to know the baby and they wait about 2 weeks to actually name the baby, right? I think Nigerians do that and stuff like that. I need to just take on our culture, right? And start doing that. Because if I would have waited, I would have named Leila Monique. I feel like Leila acts more like a Monique than a Monet. And Leah Monet should have been the name, not Leah Monique.
How Monique's act?
I don't know. Leila. How does Monique's act, you guys? My husband said, you want to get me up here in trouble. No, I just think that they're like bold. When you hear Monique, I think of Monique. You know what I mean? Like this comedian, like the public figure. I think she's very bold. She's courageous. She's going to speak her mind.
I would like that would talk with her.
Yeah, she is like a real auntie figure. Yeah. Like I like Monique. You know what I mean?
Talk to her.
Like I really, really do like Monique.
And she's funny.
She's funny, but I feel like she's filled with wisdom. Right. Like I really do like Monique. Like I try not to be like starstruck or like too many kind of like, you know, public people because I'm like, you're not supposed to have any idols. But with Monique, I feel like she's really like an auntie. Like she's really like an auntie.
Yeah, I'm not starstruck, but I like the way she talks.
Me too.
Like her and her husband. I like her husband too. I think he dope
too.
I
think so too. Like she has a lot of wisdom, and I think that sometimes the public just do not take her seriously because of some of the things that she say, especially when it comes to her husband. I love her. But anyway, so when I think of Monique, I think of somebody very bold. Not that Leia's not bold, but I just see Leila, that fitting Leila a little bit. Does that make sense?
Yeah, Leila. Well, she
Layla,
should have she G'd up.
she really is.
She's the G'd up.
She really is. Like Leah is very much soft spoken. Leah,
until
right.
Until you cross that line.
Right. So you know what? I'm saying all of this, and Leah might have a little Monique in her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leah, God knows what he's doing. Leah definitely got some Monique in her. Right. So maybe we did that correctly. Okay. Mm-hmm. About time we came to Lola, you guys. I did not want Lola. But if you guys remember seeing the actual birth live video that we posted, it wasn't live, but the actual raw video rather. Leah came up with that name, and she was like, we should name her Lola, because I was going to name my girl baby, whoever, if we had a girl, it was going to be Lori. But we couldn't think of any other L names. We thought about Lola before we had Lola, and we just couldn't stand the name.
What's
then grandma,
Lola Nanette? How was it?
No, so is Lola's name is Lola. What is Madison?
Right.
Lola Madison is her name, but when grandma met her, grandma was like, we didn't pick a name yet. And the grandma was like, I don't like her. I don't like that name. No, it sounds old. And we was like, really? And we was like, we should name her Annette. And she was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, I said, but it's an A. And then we came up with Lynette. We was going to name Lola Lynette after Big Mama. Big Mama's name is Annette. And that just would have blessed my heart if we did that. But it just had too many letters.
Right, net.
Right, it just had too many letters, and I know that's so silly, but I don't know. I think especially when you're teaching kids their name and you're teaching them how to write their name, the letters. So I'm very conscientious about that, and I just like it's just too many letters. Right. And so we agreed, and we went with Lola. But I don't know. Maybe we have another girl, y'all. Maybe we'll revisit that and go to Lynette. I would love to name.
We're having the rest boys.
Huh? We having the rest boys? Yeah. Okay, so the next 6 gonna be boys.
Well, how many we got now?
We got 8 now. So 8 plus 6 is 14. But 12. I mean 12 more boys?
My grandmother had 20.
Antoine. You think 12 more boys? You think God has in store 12 more children for 12?
Look at this man they have. The example they got.
Look at this woman.
But you got yours. You got your 6.
Oh my Lord, y'all. He think we're about to have 12.
And it's about you too, though.
All right.
They gotta see the
example
of who they need to marry.
We're over here creating a nation. So you're right. You're absolutely right.
Compound, we're gonna go get
it. We're gonna go get a compound.
Yep. We're gonna get some acres.
Listen, houses. That's why we haven't found a house yet, y'all, because God is telling us to be still and wait. Because what He has for us
is just for us.
It's gonna be more than it's gonna blow our mind. It's more than we can ever think or even ask for. Okay.
In the name of Jesus.
According to the power that's in us. Do you hear me? We over here looking at 1 acre. 2 acres. Nah, He's saying y'all need something bigger. So 10, 12, God is good. We trust 80. God. Because this man over here talking about a compound.
The way you be looking, so I don't know why you be thinking we can't get 20 kids. You better stop looking like that. That's the history.
That's the history of our baby names, okay? That's the history of our baby names. If it's a boy, we will name the baby Ashton. Mm-hmm. Antoine.
I think we should name him Akinelli or something like that.
Right. So we over here think like what else? A names. I don't like Adrian. I don't like Adam. I don't like Abram.
Name him Arm or something like.
What else should we name him for A's? If it's a boy, we don't even know if it's a boy. It could be a girl.
Name him.
I don't even know.
What's the A name? Amos.
Oh yeah, in the Bible.
Amos.
I don't like that name. I don't like Abraham. I don't like
Alaska or something.
Aladdin, no. Alaska. Adrian, I said Adrian already. I don't like that name.
I don't know a lot of
A names. So that's the difficult part. Like when you do this kind of trend like we did, it's kind of hard,
All boy names in the comments.
Please, can y'all help us out? But nice boy names. Like Ashton is very nice. I like Asher, but I don't really like, because it sounds like he ashy. So we don't want to do that.
Asher?
Yeah, Asher. Amir is cute, but to me, Amir still sounds a little, I don't know, ethnic, right?
Mir.
Yeah, to me, it sounds like ethnic, but it can be Black American name, or it can be like a Arabic name, Amir.
Yeah,
it can be an Arabic name too. Mm-hmm. I used to always think like when someone looks at the name on the application, are they right away going to know that this child is Black? It's just child, like you got to believe in these stereotypes, and you got to believe that it is, systemic racism is very much alive. So that's kind of where my mind was, but who knows? Like our kids may be entrepreneurs and work for themselves, right? But still, you want them to be able to be accepted socially in the world that we live in. We live in America. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, children are judged. People are judged by their names. They're judged by the way they look. But before someone can even know how you look, it's the name. Mm-hmm. And you have to know that. Like, I think I was judged a lot, but a lot of people thought that my name was coming from the Middle Eastern. They thought like you have Samvia. That's all, Arabic names and stuff like that. So people thought that my name was that. And I'm just like, no, it's not. But it's funny how a name can kind of
stop you from being the person you need to be or being successful.
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy.
Yeah. It's sad, really. It's really sad. So it is what it is, but that's the history of our names. I know some of you guys asked before. And so I pray that this answers your question. If you have any more questions, let us know. But please, please, please give us some baby names, like A names. You can even throw in some L names. Some of you have been so creative with the names. I think it was on Instagram. I got a lot of feedback for our names on Instagram. And I was like, oh my Lord, that is so nice.
It can't be like Aunt Via, though.
No, it can't be like Aunt Via, nothing like that. I don't think I would do a combination name. I just think that when you think of combination names, like you think automatically that the child is Black, and Ashanti is a very pretty name, but you don't see too many Caucasian people with the name Ashanti.
Caucasian,
right? Mm-hmm. You just don't. And I don't know. Maybe one of our kids is going to be the next president.
So his name is Ashanti.
You're right. And maybe I shouldn't care about that, but I care about it. You don't care about it?
Not as much.
Not as much? Okay.
I don't want his name to be like something like off the wall though.
Right.
There got to be basic names. I'm cool with that.
Yeah. I just don't like crazy names. And I think it says a lot about the child before someone even gets an opportunity to speak to your child. It just says a lot about your child. And our children's names do mean things. So, and we can go through a list of that, but I don't have it in front of me, but I know that each of their names means something. So, I mean, you can look into it, and I don't know. I want to be specific. Like I Googled my name one time. Like, if you ever go into looking at what your name means, it's on a specific website. It's like Carabrand or something.
I think Google could do it as well.
Yeah, but it's a specific website where they can break down like the syllables and stuff in your name, and it's so crazy. Like you don't even think. But if you guys take the opportunity, I probably will link it in the comments, because I did it one time and I was like, oh my gosh, right. Like this is my name, and this is how I really like, this is what I like, this is what my interests are. Like I promise you, I think it was either my middle name or my first name said something about like travel, this, that. It was deep, you guys. Like you remember that year I dived into my name, and I was like, so sometimes we name our kids these things and we don't realize that every single time you're speaking to that child, you're speaking life into that name.
Right.
Really? So we
every
have
time
to
you speak to say the name.
Right. You're speaking life into
once
it.
You just say it. Yep.
And even if you don't know, so your name can mean something dark and you don't really realize it.
Right.
So that's why some people do change their names. I know when I was a kid, I thought I wanted to change my name.
No, you don't, right?
No, I love it. I think I'm going to be honest. I love my name because it has my father's name in it. So I absolutely love my name. And it's so funny because once, like a couple of years before he died, he would like call me Sam. And I kind of just loved it. Like, because I felt like I was just so connected to my dad. So like we were both Sam. So I love it. So no, I wouldn't change my name now.
All right.
Yeah, but that's this video. I pray that it wasn't too long. I pray that you guys enjoyed it.
Just watch and show some love.
Yes. And somebody's crying. Okay, y'all. Until next time.